Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are in Sunless Sea. This is a game It kind of popped up across my feed, and first I wasn't too interested in it, but then I looked in deeper, and it sounds like something I'd be interested in. It's a roguelike game, which I actually don't know what that means. All I know is you have a ship, well, a boat in this case, naval ship, I guess, and you got to go around exploring, trading, and killing monsters. The game is kind of Lovecraftian, except they take a more a more humorous approach at Lovecraft. And the backstory of the game is 3 decades ago or something like that. London was 3 decades ago in game. London was swallowed and pulled into I guess the hollow earth theory kind of thing. It was pulled underneath the surface. Now it's trapped in this deep dark sea underneath the surface of the earth. Now where there's monsters and stuff. And apparently people still come down. It is loosely connected to the fallen. It is connected to the fallen London web browser game. I talked about that online, and it's just kind of like you choose cards and you can mildly choose your own adventure. And I'm gonna link my game. So I'll be right. Yeah, I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. I've successfully linked my Fallen London account with Sunless Sea, and we are ready to go. I fiddled around a bit just to make sure everything was working, and off we go. Yes, I want to start a new game. 3 decades ago, in the reign of Victoria, London was stolen by bats. Now it lies a mile below the surface. It was dreadfully inconvenient for everyone. Just inconvenient. I like that. But it opened a vast black ocean to you. Welcome to the Unterzee. Choose a past or past or recent. Let's choose a past. I've said who you are and what you want to be. You are now lodged in a room above the blind helmsman. Now you're a captain. You belong to the Undersea, but who were you before? Was I a street urchin, a poet, a veteran of the campaign of 69? You fought in the invasion of Hell. London's armies lost, you survived. Your loot and your pension have brought you command. Give damage of iron, the skill of causing direct damage. That sounds useful. You fell from grace, there's nothing left ashore for you. The anonymous benefactor has found his way out for you. Perhaps at sea you can overcome your appetites. Interesting. This will give you a bonus to hearts, the skill of healing, and morale. Or a natural philosopher. Your particular theories on time, blood, and starlight brought you down to the neath, the caverns where London lies, and now they take you out to Z. This will give you a bonus to mirrors, the skill of detection and perception. That sounds useful. I like that one. Um, I like that. And apparently, okay, it looks like, yeah, there is still connection between the surface world, so there is still trade between, like, say, France and London, but London now just lies under the ground. Um, So, Your acquaintance, the plausible surgeon, will serve as a ship's doctor until you find someone better. Talk to him to find out why he went to Z. Gain 25 mirrors. You gain 1 plausible surgeon. 20 echoes, which is the currency for Fallen, and I have 70. I was natural philosopher. Now I'm a Z captain. Your stranger quality is gone. Welcome to the world. What does winning mean to you? Your father was lost at Z. You never knew him, but you've often dreamed of him. Find and return his remains to London for a decent burial. Fulfillment. Gather 100 tales. Learn all you can at Z. Write a masterpiece. Retire. Wealth. You know how it is to be poor. Now you want a mansion. Servants. Find clothes. A family, perhaps, or a private kingdom. I'd like that, but it looks like locked. It's not available yet in game. So I think wealth to start off with. You know, Death and Darkness. To win, gather a substantial retirement fund, upgrade your lodgings to a mansion, and retire. Your current objective ambition quality is now retire to a life of luxury. And irregular with the Harborsman office, they wish to know what term to address you prefer ashore. This will determine what people call your captain, but the captain's gender is up to you. Okay. Madame or Z captains choose this you might expect. Sir, citizen, term of interest popular among those of egalitarian settlement. My lord, perhaps you really do come from a noble family, who's to know. My lady, perhaps you really do come from a noble family, who's to know. Or captain. Yeah, let's just stick with captain. Captain is the last piece of advice. Explore, take tangents. This captain will probably die. Good to know. My first attempt, I lasted like 5 minutes before I died. The Z is hungry, but each captain passes on lessons to the next. Who are you? At occurrence, your address task quality is now captain. What do I want to look like? Tentacles. Pipe, wine glass, top hat. pipe, turbine. I like that one. That's my picture on in the Fallen London text game. I think I'll just stick to it, and we'll go with Luigi to start off with. Advice for captains, legends, advice. I already read through these, didn't process them. Objectives: retire. Shipyard. No. Story. Let's go read the morning paper. Sounds good. The Canaanite is threatening war. They always are. Lone colonies on the Carnelian coast want independence. They always do. The Unterzee, the paper's report has undergone another alteration. Not yet, it hasn't. You'd know. Oh ho, a promotional coupon for Mr. Plenty's provisions for a half cask of salt herring. You could use that. So new supplies, reference recent news. Can't do anything there. Continue. This is we're now in London. Visit the Admiralty Survey Office. That sounds easy. Hire on warship's crew. We already have 8 out of 10. We don't need repairs. Offer passage to a tomb colonist. An immigrant will be paid to taking north to Venderbite. Sounds good. And sell them there. It's obviously difficult to die in Fallen London, but when a Londoner is too tatty and wretched to live, they wrap themselves in bandages and take ship to the tomb colonies. Your crew cart these ones aboard in padded coffins. They'll sleep there until the journey is done. So, zombie mummies. So we have that. We have a mission. We have him in the hold. Technically, passengers rather than goods, but you never know it. But you'd never know to talk to them. They'll play tomb colonies. So we gotta find. So launch. Let's go full speed. I'm getting a bit of a stutter. Okay, I think let's just. That's not what I want. Cancel video settings. Let's just drop it down to charming. No, we still got the little stutter. Now we want to hit north. Hunter's Keep. Okay, so it looks like they change up the map each time because this guy wasn't there before. And do we have a destination on our map? No, we don't. So our only... So in this game you have to balance... What is that? That's another ship. Oh, look, there's a beacon or something over here. Okay, it looks like the stuttering's stopping, so... That looks like a hostile... Is that a hostile ship? Oh, yes it is. Oh, crap. Come on, come on, come on. I missed. Crap, that's a bit loud for me. Oh, perfect. Direct hit. Nope, missed again. If we can keep him in front of us, we'll be good. Beautiful. Let's slow down a bit. And I think, yeah, if we can just drive over here, we can pick up supplies. Choose a foul vessel and these aren't safe. Take what you can and move on. Sounds good. We now have a cache of curiosities. These pinnacles don't sail far from their hidden harbors, but there's something at the back of the hold. Okay. A stout crate. Crate of fuel. Sweet. Coke like charcoal, but more so the Department of Infernal Rarefactions would have it. Sweet. So our first combat. This looks like a settlement up here. Is this the tomb colonies? Carissa's Point. I don't know, but we're about to find out. Let's see. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to check the journal. Take the colonies to Venderbite is what we're looking for. But this isn't Venderblight, I don't think. Discovered Venderblight. Oh, it is. Stop. An absent friend. It is everything I imagine. He tells you breathlessly, but there's something one missing. Please bring her to me. Okay. She went off to the Margrove College. She needed to get out of London, but Venderblight is just as safe as the college, and I'll wager she's bored of mud by now. Look for the shady sort in the Mangrove College somewhere in the south of the Unterzee. So now we're going back to the south. Okay, so we can't turn that in yet. Explore Venderblight. Let's do that. Yeah, they favor candlelight over gaslight. The shadows are swagged like cobwebs. The tomb colony stands still enough to be mistaken for sculptures until they laugh or cough. One building in 3 seems abandoned. A picnic. Creepers climb this shattered pyramid. An owl blinks at you from an idol's mouth. In the undergrowth, a cave lizard munches decorously on a white cricket. This place seems peaceful. Rest a while. Nah. The Neath is really generous to treat this place as enemy territory. I like that one. Search warily. Treasure, you're not the first to come here. Someone's left a long oak cask under a carpet of creepers. I now have a cache of curiosities, and I succeeded in a mirrors challenge. Click. Salt glass. A narrow-waisted timer in soapstone frame. The timer is filled with blue-white crystal salts. An inscription reads, "Is it time yet?" From Wither. No doubt they do enjoy their questions. I now have an outlandish artifact. Can I sell an outlandish artifact? No, I can't. I can't sell. Can't sell or buy these. I can sell recent news. So, what's in my hold? Supplies, curiosities. An Invictus token. I'm the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. You are in forgiven mode with no save slot. Wait, when did that happen? With no save slots behind the basic autosave, you will lose this token if you switch from unforgiving to merciful. I guess I'll stick with that. Whispered puzzle blocks. Speak the right phrase, and the tumblers will align and unlock it. But what is the right phrase? An alarming scholar may have some ideas. Essay? No. Cannot be sold in London markets. So what do I do with these things? If you've made an ironclad will, you can convert a collection of these into a heirloom for your successor. Okay. Let's talk to our officers. Speak to. Increase your pages. We'd like to talk about secrets, would we? Spending a secret will improve your pages, but no higher than 50. What does pages do? Increases the speed at which you convert fragments to secrets. Okay, that sounds good. So let's do that. Lost one secret, gained one new page, sounds good. And ask after his Endire's inhibitions. He traveled. You know what they the Shalonut. You know what they collect corpses. He shifts in his seat. Vast, noble, complicated corpses. What I could learn, what I could see. My dearest captain, if we ever find ourselves in the Halonate, I do hope you might see fit to release me from our arrangement. The Sea Lunite can be found somewhere in the far east. Oh, okay, so these guys have little missions of their own that they want to go do. So that should now be in my journal, isn't it? No, it's not. We're just kind of remembered. Terror 3. Reduce this with shore leave, especially in London. When you return to London after a time at sea, your terror will always drop to 50. Good to know. What's our terror at? 3. So now we want to go to the south to look for the tomb colonist's girlfriend, I guess. And still no hints about where that is. I'm going to kind of hug the coast to go off this little unexplored region, though. See if there's any settlements along there. Ship's kind of slow. What is this thing here? Hold capacity. Okay. Hunger's at 20. Got 5 supplies. Terror is only at 3. Engine temperature. Okay, fuel remaining. If I burn cooler, do I less? No, that doesn't affect anything besides my speed. What is this thing anyways? That's... Okay, I must have just... Okay, exploring new areas is what's creating that clicking noise, and when that happens, I get new, something awaits me in port. So let's head back. I guess we can swing back by Fallen London and see if there's any more missions there. Why is this black area not going away? Wait, why do I have a comatose ferret? I can speak to my comatose ferret. Today your ferret seems a little livelier. Unlocked when something awaits you in port. Something go. Cheerful net. The ferret raises its head and snaps at your hand. It moves so slowly that you cannot imagine it hoped to bite you properly. It set its head at an angle. The angle says, "Yes, I know how you taste." I kind of want to get rid of my ferret now. That does not sound like an ordinary ferret. Okay, I kind of got most of that map off. What does this thing now want? Exploration, new stories, sell this book. Terror, stories. Interesting. I think I'm going to try that Admiralty one, because that sounded like it would explore me for... reward me for exploring, not explored... Not... I have no idea where I was going with that. What is that thing? Some sort of giant crab? Uh... What happened here? You have nothing to hide? Declare all controlled goods. I'm getting a little thing here. Pay the customs duty on untaxed souls or romantic literature you're carrying. Uh, talk your way out of it. Set something aside. A chancy one. Or we do have nothing to hide. Yeah. They run your deck like wolves. They tear through your belongings like termites. At least that leave. Okay. Collect messages from the harbor master. Okay, we got a whole bunch of pop-ups here. Let's see what this is. Oh, okay, here we go. Little gift. A very fine evening to you, Captain. My what you might call men is very fond of adventurers Z captains that he would like to offer you what he might call a dispensation on account that he's so fond of Z captains. Behind the blind bruiser on the dock strays a dray piled high with fuel and supplies. That sounds suspicious. I'm going to inquire further. He runs a very fine and very liberal establishment just across the river, what is much patronized by sailors and by men of wit and vinegar. A public house, and there is no obligation to speak of. My patron would hope only that you might remember him kindly, and I suppose that if the opportunity should arise for you to return his kindness, then I do not imagine he would refuse your offer. So he's expecting something in return, so, Well, my patron hopes you find these little gifts to your liking, and he expects a representative you might choose to call on him at the Medusa's head. Should that day come, we will make you very welcome and give you any safe contact you might require. Good evening to you. I have one menace suspicion, 50. I have more fuel and more supplies. Very good. And what's this guy want? Uh, Governor wants a word. A brooding figure waits at a lamplight's edge. Speak to the merchant venturer. I am in need of a reliable agent and that an inventive one. Here are my requirements. It's very specific needs, but it'll pay much better than market rates, and he won't ask how you can buy these things. Speak to him further or check your journal. This is just weird. I don't have any strange catcher. Okay, so never mind. London. Carouse in the Wolfstack docks. This will reduce your cherry. You might run into trouble or romance. Sounds good. In the warmth of Puffire anymore. You now of this recent news. I've lost another day. Free evening. New total 0. You've lost 10 echoes. You were fortunate. I've lost 3 terror. Very good. That night, it looks like you find yourself sharing a table with a likely lass. She typically claims to be a spy. Whatever she is, she's easy to like, and the evening ends, you're still together. Or a dapper fellow. An elegant fellow with a Presbyterian accent and an unexpectedly delightful laugh. By the evening ends, it seems natural that he should accompany you home. Or someone whose name you do not reward off afterwards recall. Your only love is the sea. You take comfort where you find it. Let's go with the likely lass. The next word, she gives you a pewter locket. As you reach for it, she grips it briefly in her fist. Don't you dare forget me, she says. You now have one of this, a locket with a likely lass portrait. And we have someone who wants us to remember. What is this? We need a secret to access the university. We've got don't have any free evenings. Hire on more crew, we don't need repairs. What is this? Recruit who awaits your attention. Presbyterian adventurous. Afternoon captain looking for a gunnery officer. I'd like to help you blow up some monsters if you'll have me. We don't have a gunnery officer. Engage an officer, the irreplaceable cannoneer captain. Are you looking for a gunner? I'm looking for a ship. Here are my references. Here are more references. Here are my design for a whistling shell. Here's my colleague. He'll stay on shore. Here's my hand. Will you take it? I don't like how eager he is. Engage the sailor. What desperate desire has led this one to sign on? Who cares? They're very keen, consequently because they're cheap. I like this person. So. Hello, Captain. Is this one of yours? I had to knock her about a bit. She didn't like taking orders from foreigners. Still, we're good friends now. The adventuress claps the black-eyed sailor on the back. Oddly enough, they do seem to be friends now. Okay, she's off to a good start. She beat up one of my crewmen and made a friend. Point your new officer by dragging her from the officers tab to her slot at the top of the screen. Do this in port, not at sea, or you may unsettle your crew. Okay. So, let's go to officers. And there she is, gunnery officer. And London, I think. Oh yes, we're going to visit this guy. They'll pay for information from Z campers. Find out what and how. Ask if there's a particular need. Ask. What do they need? Speak to our agent there and return this port. Visit the port below and return to London. You may check the deals. Retrieve strategic information from the Iron and Misery Company funging station somewhere not far from home waters. What are home waters? And can I speak to this guy? I do have an appointment. Survey 3 points and return to win the Admiral's approval. Okay, that's easier. I was going to read this thing, the advice for Captain's book. Exploration. Staying close to London is safe, but eventually you run out of fuel and supplies. Exploring and playing port stories will allow you to find secrets and echoes. Okay, that doesn't help me. On Mercy. That's reduces terror, finding places to explore. On fighting, on stories, on terror, on new stories. Okay, I think it's this one. Finding a new place. Use your Z-Bat scout. Technically, it's a chiropetroscope, but we're among friends here. Z-Bat, press Z or click the Z-Bat button at the bottom of the screen. It'll tell you where the nearest undiscovered island is. Be warned, if you're moving, it will give less accurate directions. Pause to get the most accurate readings. Okay. That'll be useful. So, what kind of time the healer ever changing? Your time at sea will change you in London. Okay, don't care. I am looking for. You accepted his proposal. Memoirs. Menace, suspicion. Okay, here we go. Objections. Retrieve strategic information from the Iron and Misery Company somewhere not far from home waters. The Admiral takes a task for you. Visit the named port. Oh, excuse me. I just had to sneeze there. From the Mangrove College, find 7 strange catchers or 700 trophies. Okay. So, let's launch. Let's head out to sea. Try venturing further from London. The risks are greater, but so are the rewards. Okay. Yeah, I want to see what's down this way. Actually, because let's see, how truly random is this thing? The little jerking I'm getting is kind of annoying, but it doesn't look like, okay, it doesn't look like there's anything down here. Beautiful. Got lots of supplies, lots of fuel. Uh-oh. Shh. No one saw that. No one saw that either. Let's just leave. Let's see. Speak to. Invite her to dine with me. I need coffee for that. And increase your iron. Spend a secret to improve your iron. Unless it's higher than 100, it might hurt. You can't choose this option if you're badly wounded. Okay. So, what's iron do? Iron just increases the damage your attacks do. Oh, okay. Mirrors, detection, perception, pages, veils. Beautiful. There's a port right over there. So what's this do? Let's try this. Come to a complete stop. There's an island this way, apparently. Okay, it just shows us islands we haven't been to yet. Gazetteer. Okay, this is the journal. Journal accomplishments. Mariner, you know something of the Unterzee. There's another beacon over there. I need a slightly faster ship. This is gonna take forever at this rate. Presbyteritate adventurous. Plausible surgeon. Wait, we can do this adventure here? Sign the bridge like last lock in your hand. Keep it, it's a risk for both of you. Shorebound lovers go lonely and sea captains die young. Throw it away. With enough time and effort you could break her heart or she yours. Let's keep it. Close your hand over the locket. The heat of your blood has warmed the metal of the locket. Keep it close. You have a sweetheart in London now. And wasn't she saying she was a spy too? So I've got a dangerous one at that. Okay. Launch. Into a complete stop. Let us try the Z-Bat. So it looks like let's go this way. Long way to the southeast. Okay, so north, east, west, south. Okay. At least they kept it. At least it's something understandable. They didn't do weird things with the directions. Oh crap! That's a pirate, isn't it? Yep. Oops. Oops, missed. Going too fast. Beautiful. Cache curiosities. We have now 1 firkin of prisoner's honey. Prisoner's honey is like a liquor substance, I think. Abbey Rock is some distance to the east. Okay, well, let's visit Station 3. Okay, that just cleans up the screen a bit. Whoa, we don't want to crash land on something. Depot A. Machinery homes behind steel walls. Train your telescope on the machinery homes up the hill. There are visible outlines of warehouses and a building with a spire, but the lamps are low when they burn at all. And your ship is the only one in the harbor. Let's have a look at the distance. You stand on the high point of your ship and look to shore. There's a steeple building on the horizon, by far the largest thing in sight. No cross marks at the top of it, nor any symbol you recognize. Let us... Deliveries? There's no way in. The metal, steel, and ice cold to touch. Attempts with chisels and crowbars fail. Perhaps if you could bring the ship's guns to bear, but no. If you return with a certain delivery, the gate will be open. If you'll know if you find it. Search for other signs of visitors. Let's do that. No evidence. You walk the quays looking for a little sign that might show of what sort of ship docks here and what they deliver, but you find nothing conclusive, not even so much as a smear of pitch or a damp footprint. If any ship but yours has been tied up here in recent days, it has left no evidence. I guess that's it. Okay. Well, that's going to be it for this episode. This has been Sunless Sea first episode. Let me know if you guys like this. I actually enjoyed the game, even though not a lot has happened. It's gonna be an interesting exploration game because judging by this map, there's a lot to do. So somewhere in this region, I'd say, is where that Tomb Colony mission is, and somewhere over here is where the other one is. But we'll have a lot of work exploring to do. But I'll see you guys then. Bye.